killing me, man. You be too clean for me, man.
Thank you.
Whenever you guys are ready. Anything official, Corey? Will you be in the lineup coming up against Calgary?
Yes, I will. Shoulder's feeling well and came out today, practice, turning my neck real good, catching the ball and everything. It just feels good to be back out here on the field. You know, coming back our first day of practice. You know, we look sharp offensively, defensively, and special teams. So just trying to get ourselves ready for Sunday, and hopefully we come out with the victory.
Is there any pain?
No, it's no pain. You know, just feel a little nick here and there, but it's no pain that'll stop me from playing this week. But at the same time, you know, this is going to be a physical game, and you know, I wouldn't miss this game for nothing in the world. You know, to be playing in a home playoff game, getting a chance to advance to the Western Finals, you know, going to the Grey Cup. You know, this time of the year, this is what it's all about. You know, you put yourself in this position, and now, you know, it's just time to go from here.
Is it going to be tough to focus on this game with all the hype that surrounds this game in Saskatchewan?
No, I don't think it's going to be hard to focus. You know, our coach is doing a great job. You know, we got a lot of veteran guys on this team who've been in the playoff, you know, since they've been here, and we pretty much know how to prepare for these kind of games. You know, we always had to travel years in the past, but now we're at home, and we just want to go out and just, you know, play on a positive note, you know, and be patient and just give our fans a good showing.
How big is it to maybe have, we haven't talked to Wes yet, but maybe to have all the running backs back for this game?
It would be great. You know, Wes has been in this offense, you know, 16, 17 weeks. You know, I've been in this offense now 9 weeks, and to have everybody at full strength would be a great thing. You know, Kerry's playing well. Defensively, we're going to play well. Special teams, we're looking to give our offense, you know, great field position. The more people we can get back, you know, the better we're going to be on the field.
You have to know that Corey says he's going to be back, and it looks like Wes could be ready to go to have basically a lot of your tailbacks back for this game.
Oh, you know what? It's going to be good to get guys back on the field. I know they've been itching to get back out there, but you know what? At the same time, we're thankful that we had time to rest them up and let them get healed up. So you know what? This time of year, it's good to get all your weapons back out there.
It's not a knock on guys like Childs and Ronick, but when you're in the lineup for most of the year, I mean, to have that experience has to be important when you go into a playoff game.
It really didn't matter. I mean, because Ronick and Childs, they know the offense and they stepped in. So you know what? Whoever lines up back there, we're confident that the job is going to get done. You know, but I think the more weapons we have, the better off we're going to be.
I know Austin has really been able to make sure you guys focus on the game in front of you, but with all the hype in this province, has it been tough to focus?
It really hasn't been, you know, because we're focused on winning. You know, we leave all the hype and the fan stuff to them, to the fans and the community. But as players, we're focused in on the football, on the game and what we have to get accomplished. You know, all the outside stuff, we have to leave that outside and stay focused internally.
Running game includes you, the way you rush the ball as a quarterback. I mean, how important do you feel that you have to get that game going, considering we don't know what the weather's going to be like, but it's going to be chilly for sure?
You know, it's going to be important to just get all phases of the game. I think the more we can do in the pass game and the run game, it's going to put more pressure on their defense, whether it includes me, the running back, and now we can open the field up throwing the ball. So, you know what, we're not going to leave anything in the chamber. You know, we're going to shoot all our bullets and put the pressure on them and do our best to dictate the game to them.
Okay.
Weeks must have been tough sitting on the sidelines.
Real anxious. I mean, my body feels good right now. You know, I haven't really been in the fire for a few weeks, so I definitely want to have a high tempo this week and practice and just do everything I can to be ready for the game.
If this wasn't a playoff game this week, would you play?
I couldn't say. You know, I probably would though. I feel good. You know, everything's feeling good. My foot's feeling great. You know, I'm just trying to make sure it stays that way and not do anything to aggravate it.
Do you think you'll be limited in any way, or you're pretty close to 100%?
I'm pretty close to 100%. I don't think I'll be limited. I'm not worried about it at all. It won't be a factor in the game.
You've played Calgary before, obviously this year, but does it mean a little bit more to be playing them in the playoffs?
Oh, definitely. You know, I was on the wrong end of last year's playoff game, and now that I'm with the team in green, I'm hoping that it turns out the same way, right?
How much of a factor is it to have get you back in the offense and Corey back in the offense, getting some of those starters back for the biggest game of the year?
Oh, it's real big. I mean, because when we've got all our weapons and we're doing the things that we're capable of doing, we're obviously the best offense in this league. The stats show that. So we definitely need our core guys out there doing what we do best.
Kent, Wes says he's ready to go this week. I guess how important is it to get your starting tailback back for the biggest game of the year?
Well, assuming that's true, we'll see how he responds to today's practice. But we're pretty hopeful. It'll be a big boost for us. I mean, he's an outstanding player, outstanding teammate, and he obviously helps us offensively quite a bit.
At this point now, is there anyone that's for sure in the lineup or out of the lineup as of today, or?
I think Corey Holmes is a definite for the lineup. I think, there's still some questions with Kitwana right now, and I think we have to see how Wes responds to today and see how sore he gets.
How much of a factor is it, though you mentioned Corey coming back for sure? You have a very good chance of getting your top 2 tailbacks. Certainly that's got to help your running game a lot.
It doesn't just help our running game. It helps us on teams. It helps us in our 2-back package too, where they're both in the lineup in the passing game as well. So we're excited to have them both back, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we do.
How important was it to give Corey that extra rest last week, considering he does have special teams? And
yeah,
he does,
yeah, it helped him a lot. We didn't want him to come out of that. If he had pushed it, and if he had played that game, then we were at risk of him being stiff and sore for more than half this week. So we didn't want to do that. So he was running around pretty good today.
What's the word on Zarka?
Chris is not going to be ready. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Coach, what do you take?
Who, Chris?
Yeah.
As you can well imagine, not well. But at the end of the day, Chris needs to get better, and he needs to heal, and he needs to do what's best for himself long term. And hopefully there'll be more football, this year for him.
As a coach, what did you take out of the game on Sunday and use it to your advantage this week against Calgary?
Not much. No, you can. I'm being facetious a little bit. You can always learn from some of the good things that you did, which weren't many, and certainly learn from the mistakes. But we're really putting that game behind us. It's a new week, it's playoff time, and we don't want to dwell on that game too much.
This team's done well this season in making sure they focus on the game at hand and not letting any distractions. Is this the toughest test, considering stuff like this and the home playoff and all that stuff? Is it the toughest one?
There's certainly challenges, but there's going to be challenges for all the teams that are in the playoffs. Our guys just need to be professionals and be accountable to each other and prepare the way they prepared all year. If they just stick to the habits that they've created this year, they'll be fine. I don't know. We're going to line up and play. It doesn't matter where we play. Obviously, we like being at home, like any other team would in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, once you get on the football field, it's still a football field, and everybody's got to play in whatever conditions are prevalent that day.
We appreciate you being inside for this, obviously. Does it help you get ready being inside, or would it be better to be outside, and will you be outside for the rest of the week?
It's a really good question, and it's something that's I'm still debating, because there's pros and cons both ways. If it's so cold that your players are focusing more on staying warm, then you don't get anything out of practice. At the same time, you got to get used to the elements. So we'll probably do a mix this week.